Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Rick Hernandez. I'm with the Virginia Cooperative Extension in Fluvanna County. Today I want to talk to you about installing an irrigation system in your garden. One reason you may want to install an irrigation system in your garden is to save time. If you have any experience in gardening, you know that watering by hand can be very time consuming. So by installing an irrigation system, it will free up some of your time to do other things in the garden. 2, by installing an irrigation system in your garden, you will conserve resources by focusing the water on the plant and not the weeds. And 3, by installing an irrigation system, you will be more consistent in watering your plants, and the overall health of your plant will be better off. So let's take a look at the different parts that we use to install our irrigation system at this garden. So the first piece that we have is the 1/2-inch polyethylene tubing. Now this will come in rolls in the size of 100 feet, 500 feet, or 1,000 feet. The next item is the 1/4-inch tubing. The 1/4-inch tubing we will cut into smaller pieces, and we have these adapters that will attach to the end, and at the other end the emitter, which will be placed at the base of the plant, will be placed. Now the way these are going to attach, these will attach to the 1/4-inch tubing. Okay. Now the next item that we have is a T-coupler, and these simply secure by twisting on or off. The next piece is an elbow. Next one is a male adapter, a female adapter. Now we will use these pieces to attach our garden hose to our irrigation system, and as well as our sweat hose. Now as you can see, the male adapter will simply attach just like it will screw onto there. Okay, so we have a cutout here of how we placed our components together. So off of the 1/2-inch PVC line, the next part that will be coming will be a T. Off of the T you have another piece of 1/2-inch tubing. Off of that 1/2-inch tubing you will have an elbow. Off of that elbow you will have just a small piece of PVC, of a 1/2-inch PVC, and then the valve. The valve is basically to control the water flow into your bed or into your raised mesh planters. Okay, so let's go now and take a look at our water source and where it's going to be coming from. The water source for this garden project will be coming out of the spigot. It will be controlled by the timer that you see there. And what we did to run the water out there is we ran a garden hose out to the raised beds. So let's go to the raised beds where I started laying out some of the parts that we need to complete our irrigation system. So here we are at one of our raised beds. I want to show you how to put the different components to this irrigation system together. The first part I want to show you is our 1/2-inch ethylene tubing. This will attach to the garden hose, and this on one end is going to have the female adapter that attaches to the garden hose. And if you follow it towards me, the first piece that you're going to see is this T-coupler. Now this T-coupler attaches to another piece of ethylene tubing that goes out to a mesh pot, to another one of our raised beds. Okay, so if you follow it out, you have a smaller piece of ethylene tubing. So the next part that we're going to do is we're going to install a T-coupler. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's screwed all the way to the back. You want to insert it, make sure it's in there snug, and then you want to secure it. Okay, now the 1/2-inch piece of ethylene tubing that you're going to insert is going to be upwards because it's going to go up on this raised bed. So you want to make sure that this nipple is facing upward. So next you want to install this piece of ethylene tubing, and you want to secure it as well. Okay, secure that one, secure this one. Sorry, wrong way. Okay, And the last piece you want to attach to the T-coupler is the headline that's going to run to the next raised bed. So let's slip this in, make sure it's all the way in, and then secure it. Okay. The next part that you want as you come up is you're going to have an elbow. And the same difference here is you want to make sure that it's backed up all the way. You want to insert it, and then you want to secure it. And you want to make sure that they're kind of tight so they don't slip off once the pressure of the irrigation builds up internally. The next piece is just a small piece of ethylene tubing, which you want to insert at one end of the elbow, and at the other end is going to be your valve. Okay, so attach your valve, and then again, once they are attached, you want to secure them. You want to secure both of them. Kind of want to have them upright. Secure those. Okay. So the last piece you want to attach is, again, you need to attach is going to be the female adapter. But in order to do that, we need another small piece of ethylene tubing, 1/2 inch. You can slip that in, secure it, and then you want to back that one all the way up. You want to insert it, and then you want to secure it. Once they're secured, we're going to attach this, our sweat hose that's been laid out around the blackberry plants. We want to secure that. We want to attach these two pieces as so. So this is the process that we use to connect our irrigation system throughout the raised beds in our garden project. So we finished putting the different components to our irrigation system together, turned on the water. Now let's see how it's going to work. So as you can see right now, the valve is on the off position. As I turn it on, you can see the beads of sweat that are coming out of the sweat hose, which are being dropped strategically at the base of the plant, which is where we want it. Now let's take a look at our other option. Now for the mesh pot, we off of the elbow, we ended up using a 1/2 inch or a piece of 1/2 inch ethylene tubing. Off of the 1/2 inch ethylene tubing, we attached the 1/4 inch tubing where you find the emitter. Okay. Now the nice thing about this emitter is that if you want no water, you simply turn it off and no water comes out. But if you need a lot of water, you twist it on and it gives you a lot more water. Okay, so for this purpose, we need a trickle. So we adjust it so it just bubbles out. Okay, so now let's go to a different garden where we can show you some different options for your irrigation system. So here we are at a slightly larger garden where I want to show you the different types of emitters that you can use. So the first one that we have is similar to the one that I showed you earlier at the earlier project. This is an adjustable emitter, but unlike the other one where it attaches to a 1/4 inch tubing, this one is attached directly to the 1/2 inch polyethylene tubing. Okay. The next one I want to show you is a 1/2 circle, or sorry, a 1/4 circle. So here we are in this raised bed, and as you can see right now, this emitter right here is a 1/4 circle. So what I mean by that, it shoots it out as a fan, but it's only a 1/4 of a circle. So I will turn it on and you could you can see it work. Okay. Now, these type of emitters come in different sizes. They're color coded. Blue, this one is for quarter. The orange is for half circle. And then of course you got your little mini sprinklers that are a full circle. Okay. So I will turn the valve off on this one and show you another option. So another option that you have here is called a drip emitter. So this one, just like the adjustable, like the red one that you just saw, the adjustable red emitter, will attach directly to the 1/2-inch ethylene tubing. Okay, so and the way you would attach any one of these emitters, whether it's the adjustable, the half circle, the quarter circle, the full circle, or this drip emitter, is you take a tool that has a little punch, and you take it, you punch the 1/2-inch tubing. Now you can see the blue side has a little barbed area, or a barbed side, and that's what's going to be inserted and attach to the 1/2-inch ethylene tubing. Now, these being emitters, one thing you have to remember is that they should either be placed side or upright. These work off of pressure. Now, if you should for some reason place it downward, it will have a tendency of possibly getting debris and stopping the water flow to that plant. Okay. The last option I want to show you is the mini sprinkler or the full circle. Now, just like some of the other emitters, this one attaches directly to the 1/2-inch polyethylene tubing. This one is not adjustable, but if you have a valve at the water source end, you will be able to control your water flow in that manner. So, I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any additional questions, please contact your local Cooperative Extension office. Thank you very much. My name is Rick Hernandez.